Hi friends, Renee Keese here with Carolina Creative and another card making idea for you. Today I am working with a stamp set called Circle Sayings that also is sold as a bundle with this punch. So the circle punch is 2 3/8 diameter for the circle. It's a very simple stamp set, but you can do a lot with it. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with that, and I'm going to use one of the 2023-25 in colors. So I've selected Pebbled Path for my card base. This is the ink, and I'm going to add, just as a contrast, a little bit of gray granite to this. You can already see I've got a piece of scrap here that I'm going to use. And the Designer Series paper I'm using today is back to the in colors. This is the 2023 to 2025 paper pack. And you can tell I've been using this because I have a lot of different scraps here left that I've been cutting down these 6x6 inch pieces of paper. So let me flip the camera and show you what I've got in mind today. I showed you my card base. Let me just very quickly lower this to my work area. Here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp the sentiment that I want to punch out. And I am going to use the Pebbled Path for this. I'm going to stamp the circle that says celebrate. And I already know from experience I need to put it a little bit toward the edge here so that I can get this out. Let me set that aside. And in the middle, I'll go ahead and finish stamping this and then punch it. In the middle, I'm going to use the contrasting gray granite. Oh, and that's the wrong stamp. I got in a hurry as I was prepping, pulling stamps out, and grabbed the one I don't want, warm hello. I want the one that says happy birthday right there. Glad I caught it before I inked it and used it. There we go. Now we'll say happy birthday. So I'm going to center this. I mean, I could put it, oh, let's do something different. I'm going to center it under the dot. There we go, like that. Okay, so now you can see what I've done. It says celebrate, it says happy birthday. I'm now going to line this up in my circle punch and punch out this circle. And you can tell I can slide this around until I get it centered the way I want it. I can hold it with just a little bit of pressure until I have it lined up where I think it needs to be, which is right there. And then I'm going to give it a squeeze, and it's going to pop out the circle. Now, I am going to use this piece. I'll show you how I'll use that in a second. There's one more thing I'm going to do, and that is to punch another circle out of my contrasting color. So I'll go ahead and do that. And now I'm done with the punch. Now, I'm going to stamp the inside. You can see I already got a card base here for my inside. I've borrowed a sentiment from another card, and I do want to use Pebbled Path on the inside. It's just simply going to say, enjoy your day. If you've been watching my last couple of videos, you know I'm trying to avoid florals and all the frilly female what I consider to be very female cards. This is going to be much more gender neutral as it comes together. Now, here we go. I'm still going to use this as my card base. Okay, but I'm going to put paper over at the top, I think like this. I'm checking my edges here to make my card front. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble this first and then attach it to my card base. Sometimes you've seen me work from the bottom up. Today I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to assemble this first. I'm using liquid glue. As you know, this gives me a little flexibility to slide it around if I need to. So I'm trying to make sure that I have even borders. I do want the white to show. And now I'm going to put this contrasting, it's sort of an animal print, and it's actually the back side of this paper, but I thought it was a nice contrast. Now the trick is to make sure you glue the right side, because believe me, I have done the wrong side. I want to make sure this side is up, so I'm going to glue this. And again, I am using the liquid glue, doing all the edges and just a little bit down the middle. And now I will try to line up to have very similar white edging, so I have that frame. There we go. That is what I wanted it to look like. And I had glue. Yeah. So that glue is now on my work surface, but that's okay. I will clean this up shortly. Just make sure I don't get stuck on it. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this because there's glue on it. I don't want to leave this laying on my work surface. And for this bigger piece, I will use my Stampin' Seal. Here we go. Something in the middle on the edges. That should be sufficient to hold that down. And I want this on the left-hand side. There's just something to me about putting that over to the left. And that way, if I either want to center or shift my sentiment, I can. That's just the way I think, I guess. So now I've got 2 circles. And I'm going to put those on and just slightly overlap my 2 pieces of paper here. So you can see where I'm going. The other thing I do want to do to make this pop, I'm going to roll this circle in the ink. And just at a little bit of an angle, just to give it an edge. And just to give it a little bit of a differentiation. I'm going to give that just a few seconds to dry. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this first circle. And then I have to decide if I'm going to pop off that second one with some dimensionals or just leave it flat. And I'm thinking I need to make it 3-dimensional and make it pop off. So there we go. I've got that. Now I could have edged that one too, but I really wanted to make the sentiment, you know, the focal point and make that pop. So yes, indeed, I want to use my dimensionals, which I had put away after my last crafting session. So here we go. Dimensionals on the back. I'll go around the edge. How many do I need here? A few more, and something in the middle just to make sure that it is supported. That should hold it. And then I'm going to use my tool today. I'm going to be good. So give it a pull and a pop. You see how easy they come off. I use my thumbnail a lot, but quite honestly, this does work extremely well. I just need to make sure I have it handy when I want to use it. So now I'm going to, it's flying out of my hand. You can decide up, down. It's kind of going to look like a shadow for the circle, but I'm going to put it there. And then the other thing I want to add is I got out the jute. These are the in color jute. It's not like, it's almost like twine, but it's in the same color. And so now on the gray granite, that's really going to pop because of the contrast. So what I'll do is snip off a piece of this. I don't think I want a very long bow, but I wanted to tie just a plain bow. There we go. Come through the middle. I say a plain bow, but it actually is going to look kind of cute. You're going to see I won't put a lot of bling on this card. I'm trying to keep it toned down. Very neutrals. Oh, that is going to look good. So now what I need is a couple of glue dots. It's a little bit chunky, which is what I like about that jute. I think, can't get my glue dots out. I think it's going to give it just a nice little addition. So let me put, because this is heavier, I think I'm going to use 2 glue dots on the back of this to make sure that it adheres. And I'm going to put that over there. And I did not glue the inside yet, so I need to do that so I don't have a loose card base here, card insert. There we go. Enough liquid glue to hold that down. I could put something else in here. It could be a candle. It could be something simple that I stamp in there. But for right now, I think I'm just going to leave it. So it just says, enjoy your day. And here's the card. So let me flip the camera back up. This is the card. Like I said, kind of gender neutral. Anybody could receive this. It's pretty. I don't want to say it's too cute, but it gets the message across. Celebrate your birthday. And you're sending birthday wishes. So thanks for tuning in today. Stay tuned for another video soon.